Alrighty, everybody. Well, first and foremost, we'll go ahead and start this meeting off. I want to thank everybody for being here this season, and thank you guys so much for choosing I9 Sports for you guys to play with. We are super excited for this upcoming fall season. We have a ton of fun coming on, a ton of teams and a bunch of awesome staff and coaches are going to be here. We are thrilled for your kids to be involved in the program and looking forward to giving you guys that best experience out there, whether it's your first time playing with us or second, maybe you're a returner. As always with every single season, we're committed to giving you guys that best experience. So today, we'll be talking over kind of what you guys can expect as a parent here with I9 Sports. As we progress throughout the presentation here and kind of through this meeting, if you guys have any questions, feel free to plug them in the chat. I'll have some time here at the end. I'll go over those questions. I'll even stay on here at the end. I'll also answer any more direct questions if you guys have in regards to registrations or anything like that. But again, I cannot thank you guys enough for being here today. And we are thrilled to kind of kick off this upcoming season here on this coming weekend. So to start us off, who's on the phone here with us? Myself, my name is Reese Fye, I'm our program manager. Lewis Diesel, our athletic director, is also here on the call. I'll let Lewis go ahead and kind of introduce himself. Then we'll kind of go into some of our background to give you guys a little bit of just kind of behind the scenes of who's running the league and the operations here with us.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Reese. Appreciate it. Welcome everyone. I really appreciate you all being here, those that are here today and those that will be watching this recording. This is a relatively new virtual experience we've done the last couple seasons in order to give the parents a better understanding of what we're doing here at I9 Sports, right? For you guys, your parents, maybe this is your first time with us. Maybe you've been with us for a few seasons. You just want to rehash and just get a better understanding. We always try to add new information each season, but this is our way of educating you all on what to expect on opening day for not only your kids, but also for you. Some of you might not know what to expect. You've never been a part of our program. We might run things a little differently than programs you're used to. So come in with an open mind, and Reese is really going to walk us through this. As far as my background goes, I've been the athletic director here going on, it'll be 3 years this December. And I oversee both of our Fairfax and our Loudoun territory. So really excited about what we've got going on. I've got over 10 years of experience managing programs in the sports management industry, as well as facilities and venues and all that stuff. So, I'm really excited to have you all as a part of our program and to have your kids really, entrust us with your kids' development, right? Whether you're a part of the Super Pee Wee divisions, the junior divisions, senior, we want this to be an edifying journey for them and both for you as well. And so we're really excited about the volunteer coaches we've got lined up, our staff. I'll be completely honest, our team is working around the clock right now, getting ready for this coming weekend. So if you have emailed us, please be patient. Give us a little bit of time. We're rolling through emails every day. And Reese and our other manager, Brandon, are both working really hard to put together an awesome experience. Make sure you guys have all the equipment you need, the jerseys, and that our staff are ready to go and everybody's ready to have a great time. So thank you all for choosing to be a part of I9 Sports. Really looking forward to the rest of this call. Reese is going to walk you guys through the journey here and what to expect, not only this weekend, but this season and for seasons to come. And we hope that you guys will continue to be a part of our journey. And we're always available to answer questions and talk to you guys. As Reese said, he'll be on at the end with the Q&A. But you can also reach out to the league office. And for those coaches that are on the call as well, obviously you guys will be working with Reese directly, but we are an open book. We want to make sure the experience is as great as possible for everybody. So thank you all for being here. Reese, I'll let you take it away from there. But again, thank you guys. And we're really excited to have you all out this coming weekend.
Awesome. So awesome. So that's Lewis. He's our athletic director. Phenomenal, top down information. Make sure that myself and Brandon are running things smoothly and kind of up to date. My role here with I9 Sports is I'm our program manager for both Loudoun and Fairfax. So overseeing the programs, the staffing, the coaches, the people, all of it all. Everything you see out there kind of is what I'm focused on, making sure that your quality and your experience is the best you could have out there, and you guys are having the most fun. I'm about to come up on my first year here with I9. This is actually my 6th season. A little bit of background, like Lewis, I also have a degree in sport management from George Mason University. And prior to I9, had a couple of years of managing after-school sports and some recreational programs. So moving on to kind of an overview of what our season is going to look like here for the fall. This is going to be a 6-week season. All the programs that you guys have signed up for, anything that you guys are doing involving I9 Sports is going to be on weekends only, right? So that's going to include your practice and your games. You guys should have received your schedules via your I9 Sports portal. In those schedules, again, it's going to reflect those weekends only. That's going to include your practice and game. You don't need to worry about any sort of times during the week. That hour and a half time slot, that's including both those segments. So if you guys are kind of playing around other kids or any other programs like that, just know that that's kind of that all-in-one stop. In regards to the weather, we do have outdoor programs. We do have indoor programs. We do not cancel our programs based on forecasts unless
hey, Reese, you want me to look with the weather policy this. Fields are going to be across the county, right? We're managing venues all the way east as far as Annandale, north as far as Reston. We're even out in Percival managing fields. So when we're making field decisions, we're spanning 50 plus miles. And so it is really difficult to make a call based on just a forecast because, as you all know, weather can be unpredictable. We could get hit with a ton of rain in Annandale, but all the way out in Percival and Leesburg, we haven't seen any rain. So the biggest things for you guys all to know is the weather hotlines on here. If you are a Fairfax territory, you're up in Reston, Vienna, Fairfax, Annandale, you'll use the Fairfax weather hotline if you're in an outdoor venue. And for Loudoun, you'll use that hotline for your venue. Leesburg, South Riding, Ashburn, Percival, or I think it might even be Hamilton is where the one venue might be listed as far as city goes. So those are the two weather hotlines. So basically, we go through a lot of different things to make sure the fields are playable. Reese, myself, or Todd, typically it's me actually, will go out the morning of the program. We won't really cancel the night before. It really comes down to the morning of, and typically I'll be out there at 4 or 5 a.m. driving and hitting as many venues as I can to get the status of the field, depending on how much rain we've had and how much rain is in the forecast. We'll check, obviously, how saturated the field is, how much rain we think it could take before we have to cancel. But we just can't cancel based on a little bit of rain or a forecast. So we will play through a light rain. But I just wanted to make sure that I cover that. One thing that's not on here that I really want to update people on, because I know this past spring we dealt with the rain quite a bit. The weather hotline will be updated no later than 7 a.m. If the program says it is on as scheduled after 7 a.m., then that is the most up-to-date information for the hotline. So you don't have to worry about emailing in and calling. Just continue to monitor the weather hotline right before you leave for your field. If it says that we're playing, we are playing. I update it to the minute. The second we make a call on whether the field's unplayable or a venue owner makes the call, right? The county controls their fields. So if we hear from any of those that a field is canceled, I update the weather hotline within minutes. So that is the best way to stay up to date. We will also send out emails and texts. So make sure you're subscribed for our emails and our texting. But that's kind of how the weather shakes out. The other thing I wanted to mention, because it's not on here, but we had it this past season, we will try to make up as many rainouts as possible. This past spring, we actually had 3 rainouts, and we actually were able to make up all of them, which is great. I know for what I heard from a lot of the parents at the venue, they were really happy we were able to make up them all. But typically, we get 1 or 2 rainouts a season. So knock on wood, that stays that way, and we're able to make up both of them. So just prepare. At the end of the season, we'll tack weeks on at the end of the season. Obviously, with being fall season, we don't want to get into November where it gets really cold. So we'll manage that as it comes. But that's just kind of the weather policy for us. We are doing our best to make the best call and the right decision for not only you all, your kids, our staff, everybody involved. And there's a lot of factors that go into that. But don't worry, we are checking the fields. I personally will be out on the fields, or if at the very least, Reese or Todd, who is the owner here, will check the fields as well. But typically that's bestowed on me. So don't worry, I am out on the fields, checking the fields. I know in the past fall seasons, we've had people skeptical of that, but don't worry, I do get out there. You can ask Reese. I'm typically calling him at like 5:30 from a field, telling him what's going on. So Reese, just wanted to cover the weather policy real quick for you. But yeah, that's all I've got.
No, awesome. So Moving on to the I-9 sports experience, right? And these are what you guys can look for when your kids are out there in the programs, right? These are our different pillars, the things that we aim to hit every single time, whether it's a league program, it's a clinic, it's an after-school program. These are really the pillars of what I-9 sports are: the instruction, the experience, right? And so what the I-9 sports experience is quality instruction that's fun for kids and convenient for busy families, right? We aim to hit this through a couple different marks. The most important, of course, being the fun factor, right? The reason you signed your child up to play sports or to be involved in our programs is, you want them to have fun, right? We want them to make friends, be involved, get the opportunity to play sports, or maybe even just try something new, right? We're extremely committed to making sure that every kid out there, they leave with a smile, they're laughing, they're meeting friends, they're getting engaged with different people, right? All of our programs, our practice plans, everything we do is designed around that concept of fun, right? All of our coaches, the staff, everybody is worried about how much fun can we give them so that they come back week after week, excited to play, excited to try something new, and go home with that smile, right? You guys can talk about the great experience you had. The kids want to come back season after season and really engage in whatever sport they choose for the longest period of time. The next pillar we want to focus on is also the inclusivity of each child, right? We don't exclude any kids. We want every single kid to play every single position of a sport, right? We require all kids to play at least 50% of the game. We don't do any sort of tryouts, any sort of like make a teams or anything like that, right? We want every kid to have an opportunity to experience the sport or experience the activity to the fullest extent. If little Jimmy is signed up to play flag football, we want him to play all the positions, get the opportunity to play the position, see what works for him, see what doesn't, right? Have the opportunity to touch the ball in every facet of the game. Same with basketball. We want them to be able to rotate, be a point guard, maybe play more defense, maybe play down low, right? Our programs are really designed to giving the kids the best opportunity to experience the sport at the beginner level, and fall in love with it and have the best opportunity to touch the ball, be involved, and lead back to that fun concept. Next is safety, right? Safety is a number one priority. Anybody working with your child, whether it's a coach, it's a staff member, they have undergone an extensive background check through us. We've been cleared through our system. Anybody in that red I-9 Sports Coaches shirt, they've gone through the system, they've been checked. It is a pretty solid program to make sure that everybody that's out there should be out there and having fun, right? All of our staff will go through the same process, as will our coaches and any other sort of volunteers. Another pillar of what we aim to do for you guys is make things as convenient as possible. And like I talked about earlier, all of our programs, they happen on the same day. You guys will never have an I-9 sports program in which it's during a weekday. The practices are on separate days. We're committed to making sure that this is an all-in-one stop for you. So if you have the kids, other activities, other things going on, you can come out to the program. You guys can have fun. You guys can be engaged and kind of get that all-in-one experience. And again, come home, have a great time, and do it all again the next week. Next is going to be the organization. Every single practice, every single coach, every single division, everybody has been given a structured practice plan and structured game rules, right? We pride ourselves extremely well on making sure that we are on schedule. Everything is lined up the way it should be. And your kids and those participating aren't just running around there in circles doing nothing, right? Everything they're doing is for a reason. It's structured out so that they're developing their skills. They're getting opportunities to grow. And they're having that opportunity, again, to have fun and continue to grow in their respective sport. Sportsmanship, obviously, that is one of another big concern of ours, is that everything we do is we are focused on, not only how much fun we can have, but how do we maintain that sportsmanship, right? We have a couple different incentives that we do throughout the season. I'll touch base on actually a really awesome new program we're launching here in the fall. But we are focused on that healthy competition. The kids going out there having fun, the high fives, the smiles. We're not worried about how high the score can be, right? If we win, if we lose, that's not our focus. Our focus is that your kids get the opportunity to play the sport. They leave with that high positivity, that good sportsmanship, and they grow into, as they progress in their athletic careers, they kind of lean back on what those values that I-9 Sports taught us. We have a sportsmanship value incentive for those of you guys who've returned. We have sportsmanship medals that we do each week with a new program, like I kind of alluded to earlier, building on that program. So you guys can expect to see that each week at each venue. We'll have a different value of the week, sportsmanship medals. That way your kids can learn different sportsmanship values and continue to grow into great athletes and great people. Lastly, we will provide all of the equipment for you guys, right? Every time you show up to a venue, there's going to be balls, there's going to be bags. You don't necessarily have to bring your own equipment. We do encourage you to purchase your own practice ball. We it's the best way to get your child better for them to develop their skills is for them to have their own ball, right? They can practice at home. So if they're at a venue, they're with Coach Lewis, Coach Lewis teaches them a new drill. Now they have the week at home with their ball to practice that drill. So come week 2, week 3, they can continue to build on those drills. With that being said, we do encourage you guys, make sure that if you do bring your own equipment, that you guys write your child's name on it, your child on it, some way that if you guys do lose it or forget it, we have a way to get in contact with you. I do collect a ton of different equipment at the end of every season, and it just piles up. Sometimes it finds a home, sometimes it doesn't. So we do encourage you guys to bring it. Please just make sure that you have some way for us to get it back to you in the event that your child forgets it. So the I-9 Sports Parent Pledge, with this pledge, right, this is just kind of leading on our sportsmanship, right? We want the kids, the players, the parents, all to kind of build into this this community of sportsmanship that we're focused on building, right? And like I said, we're not focused on how high our score can be. We're not focused on if, Sally or Billy are going to score 100 points in their basketball game. We want them to build, to have a lot of fun, encourage themselves to continue to play the game. And that goes down from our coaches to our players to even you guys as the parents. So I'm going to read through this, feel free to follow along. But the pledge goes, I, the parent or guardian of an I-9 sports team player, agree that the most important outcome of any game is for my child to have fun. My child needs my approval and support regardless of what happens in a game. I'll refrain from the use of negative or derogatory language aimed at the officials, the coaches, my child, or other players. I'll encourage my child and all other in the game, and will let the coach be the coach. I'll do my best to model the sportsmanship-like behavior I wish my child to adopt and to support the child in making this the best possible experience. And support the coach in making this the best possible experience for my child. Like I said, with that, we are all a part of the experience, whether it's a coach, it's a parent, it's the players, right? And so we all play a role in making sure we are building that fun, positive, safe environment for our kids. I encourage you guys, like you said, to make sure that we really live this value, encourage our kids to stay positive, encourage our coaches and the rest of our players, when things might be not going their way, that they are uplifting, right? We're holding them up, we're applauding, we're getting loud and energetic at the venues, right? The crowd, the parents, your kids are out there playing. They want to see you guys excited for them. So I always encourage our crowd to be loud, be excited, be energetic, and bring that energy to the kids, and they always respond accordingly and positively. So what to expect on opening day. If you're returning with us, you've seen an opening day. If this is your first time, I advise you guys to keen in just so you guys have a little bit better of understanding what an opening day would look like for you guys. But we always encourage you guys arrive a few minutes early and head to your practice areas. You guys can find your practice areas listed on your schedule at i9sports.com. On there, you hit my program, and it's my season. That portal is going to have a ton of information for you each week. It's going to have your what jersey you're going to be wearing, what field you're going to be on, what time practice starts, what time the game starts. There's even a little bit of there's a snack sign up for the teams to also sign up on there. But if you go ahead and get ahead of the game, take a look on there now. At the end of this meeting, you'll find your full season, what courts, and everything on there for you. But like I said, I encourage everybody to show up a little bit early just so you guys can get a feel for the venue, right? You can find a good parking spot. You can find where the gym or the field is located. If you have any questions, you guys can ask the staff there, right? If you have, when you arrive, you're going to go to your practice area, your coaches or a staff member is going to have
Reese, can I jump in there real quick just to add a little bit of info? Yeah, and so everybody, just so you guys know, the way we do our opening day schedule, we do allow for the people to leave and for you all to show up. So don't feel like you got to get there like 20 minutes early. We do try to end the programs just a few minutes early. We'll jump into the scrimmages. It's a smaller scrimmage on opening day anyway. But we try to end a few minutes early on opening day to allow you all to leave and the next group to show up. So, because I know it's chaotic, right? You want to make sure you're in the right area, your kids to practice on time, all that good stuff. So we do try to allow for that like less of an overlap where the programs normally go kind of up to each other or like 10-15 minute break in between. So we do try to allow for that break in between, depending on your venue, to allow for traffic, etc. On opening day and throughout the season. So don't feel you got to show up like 20 minutes early, although we do appreciate when people are early. But yeah, 5 minutes early on opening day is always my recommendation for parents when I talk to them. So just wanted to add that, Reese.
Awesome. So to receive your guys' jersey, like I said, your coach or the staff are going to be at your allotted practice area. From there, they're going to have your jersey bag, the roster, they'll have your child's size. They're going to go ahead and distribute the jerseys. You guys will come in. There's going to be a table You guys won't need to do any sort of check-in at that table, or if you're at an outdoor venue, there's a tent, right? You can go straight to your practice fields unless you're a parent volunteer coach. You'll go to that table just to get checked in and get your bags. But for the rest of you guys who are just there as parents, as those energizing the crowd, you guys can go straight to your practice field, meet your coach, meet some of the other players, and grab your jersey from there. Once the session starts, one of our staff is going to kick it off. They're going to blow that whistle, do some announcements, welcome you guys in, and they'll jump into a quick group warm-up, get everybody moving, having some fun, get the kids a little bit tired so they get a good nap for you at the end of the day. And we'll jump into our first drill. On opening day, our staff loves to help all of our volunteer coaches. They're going to be leading the practices, leading the sessions for our indoor venues. We encourage, like I said, this is for you guys who are first times out there. We encourage the high energy, right? High enthusiastic energy. Get the players going and get them excited for opening day. A lot of kids are usually nervous. So if the parents are loud, the parents are excited to be there, the kids usually take a little bit better to when they're starting something new. At the end of our practice session, we'll have our staff will begin the game, right? Week 1 is going to be a scrimmage, right? So we're not going to keep score. This is an awesome opportunity for a lot of our new players who maybe haven't played a sport before. This is a chance for them to get to learn the game a little bit, right? Our staff will go over the rules, touch base on some of the, if we're playing, basketball, talking about fouls, playing volleyball, go over the court and some of the more technical sides of the sport. Just giving the kids who are new to the sport, and even those who are returners, just a refresher or an introductory into what the sport's going to entail. So week 1 is going to be a scrimmage. At the end of week 1, or at the end of every single week, we're going to be giving out our sportsmanship medals. Each week is going to carry a different value, a little bit of a sneak peek going into week 1. The value is actually enthusiasm, right? So we really, like I said, it's very important for our parents and our crowd to be extremely enthusiastic. That way our children are also extremely enthusiastic out there. They can earn that week 1 sportsmanship medal. So that's going to be the structure as we follow throughout the course of the day, minus the jersey distribution. So just make sure that we keep an eye on your guys' schedules as you guys lead into the season. So some frequently asked questions we get here a lot as we go into the start of the season. The first one being I9 sports merchandise. So if you guys ordered any merchandise outside of a jersey, whether it's socks, shorts, equipment, that is going to be shipped directly to your home. We will give you guys your jerseys on opening day. But if you ordered any other equipment, that's a direct ship from our headquarters down in Florida. If you guys are having any sorts of issues with, any sort of stuff you purchase, any sort of merchandise, you can reach out to us at the league office and we can help direct you to the correct address there in league to get the information on where the shipping and things are going. But on opening day, like I said, we're only going to be handing out the jerseys. The rest will be shipped to your home. Next is going to be our volunteer coaches. So anybody wearing this red shirt here, as this gentleman is a volunteer coach. We are a volunteer-based league. So all coaches are parent volunteers or just volunteers from the community who want to be involved. Anybody wearing a blue shirt, the one that I'm wearing here, it says I9 Sports on it. That is a paid staff member, an instructor. So if you guys have any questions or anything as it pertains to the league, our staff is probably going to have a better answer for you than one of the coaches. So feel free to lean on the staff, ask them any sort of questions, and we can get the best answer to you that way. Next is our I9 Sports portal. You can log in at i9sports.com. You're going to have access to your schedule, which, like I said earlier, is going to have your practice area, your game area. There's a snack sign-up option on there for you guys who want to bring the snacks to build that sense of community, which we highly encourage with each team. All the information you're going to need for each week is going to be on there, including your jersey colors. So if you ever have any questions in regards to that, you can log onto that portal. That portal is going to have all the up-to-date information for you for each week and each game. Next is going to be sportsmanship medals. So this is one of the awesome incentives that I alluded to earlier here in regards to some of the different programs and things we like to launch for the kids. Each athlete will earn a medal during the season, right? The medals are awarded for the sportsmanship values of the day. And our volunteer coaches, our staff, can be driving that message. So like I said, an example, week 1 is going to be enthusiasm, right? Just because your child might not have gotten a medal on week 1, they will receive a medal for one of the values by the end of the season, right? We really encourage our kids, our parents, to really lean into these values, right? We want the kids to understand what they mean, really lean into them, and really earn that medal for that value, right? So, when your kid earns a medal, we encourage you guys, please be super enthusiastic about it, right? The kids love this, the parents love this, the coaches love this. Our staff will make sure that they are absolutely eccentric about it, right? This is a pivotal point of our program. We want to really lean into sportsmanship and really continue to create that awesome sportsmanship environment that I9 Sports is known about. But lastly here, end of season awards. We will have an award ceremony to recap the end of the season. From there, we'll do a little bit of like a closing day ceremony. Our staff will have some words. We'll go over all those different values we learned about throughout the course of the season. Participation medals will be handed out to our 3 to 6 year olds, and trophies and medals will be given out to all of our junior and plus divisions. But your child will receive an award at the end of the season for their awesome hard work they put in throughout the course of the season, as well as, like I said, that closing message, and a huge thank you to our parent coaches. So sportsmanship and winter signs, kind of building off of what we were talking about in regards to the sportsmanship medals. This is our newest incentive we've done to kind of go ahead and elevate that sportsmanship program even further. So these will be awarded on game day. So if your child earns that sportsmanship medal, right, we highly encourage you guys. These sportsmanship signs are going to be around the venue. They're going to be at our main tent. Please take pictures with them, right? This is an awesome opportunity for the kids to receive the recognition for that awesome sportsmanship value that they best demonstrated during that week. Take the pictures, get excited. This means the world to them. We launched it last summer. The kids absolutely love it, right? We want to also see the awesome memories that you guys are making at the venues. So as you guys get your medals, as your kids earn those medals, please be sure to tag us on social media. It means the world to us when we see that your child is having fun, that they've made the program is making an impact on their lives and your family lives. And it's also awesome just to go out there, put it on social media. Your friends, your family can see just how much fun that your son or daughter are having out there, and the awesome values that they're learning as they go throughout sports, right? This is an awesome incentive. We're looking to continue to build it, but we really need your guys' help on making sure it takes grip and we continue to build this tradition for the kids week after week. Another awesome incentive that we are building off here is now our team parent and our team helper role. So much like our parents that coach for us, we are now looking to add additional volunteers to the team, right? And with this role, it is somebody who is helping us build up the community of the team, right? We're looking for somebody to help us organize post-game, meals, team parties, snack signups, jersey handouts, Coach Appreciation Day, essentially just somebody who's going to assist the coach so the coach can focus on coaching. This parent is essentially the team mom or the team dad, just helping build that sense of community, right? We do have options for teams to return season after season, right? And we want kids to get the opportunity to continue to play with their friends, continue to play with teammates and coaches who really make that impact in their lives. And by having this team helper, this team parent involved, we find that's an awesome step to continue that tradition for seasons and seasons to come. If you guys are interested in becoming a team parent, a team helper, you guys can email us here at the league office. You guys can give me a call in my office. I think Lewis is going to jump in here.
Yeah, Reese, I was going to jump in on the team parent, team helper role. We're actually going to be sending out an email this week. I'm really excited about this new initiative that we're bringing back. I think it used to be a thing before I became the AD here. We haven't had too much traction with it since, but the big thing that we're trying to do here is to continue to build a team camaraderie, right? I know for a lot of people, it's a new league. They're just signing their kid up, or they heard about it from a friend and maybe only have one buddy. And that's great. And that's a lot of our teams. But we've seen over time, especially over the last few years, the stronger programs tend to have the kids that keep coming back. And I say stronger, not in the term of skill level, stronger in the term of a more fun environment, experience, vibe for the kids, for you all. And so what we're looking for is for each team to have one parent helper. It's team parent or parent helper, whatever you want to call it. Just somebody who can help organize 1 week of the season where the team's getting together at the end of the day, right? Hey, everybody, we're going to go to Pisano's Pizza, right? No free ads here, but, Broadland's Brick Oven Pizza, if you're up in Ashburn, that's my favorite. That's what we feed the staff when we do our staff training. But like a pizza shop or an ice cream shop, just meet up after the game. It doesn't have to be anything big. Just, hey, parents, we just want to get all the kids together and just talk a little bit about the game, right? It's going to come over time that they build that camaraderie. But just once this season, that's what we're looking for. We offer the ability for snack sign up. I haven't seen it used too frequently, but what makes team camaraderie even greater is at the end of the day, we're doing that meeting, they're getting their sportsmanship medal, and then they get a little juice box or a water or a Gatorade and a little snack. I know people have different takes on, health-wise and whatnot, but if you guys remember when you were growing up and you were playing youth sports, I remember when I was growing up, we always had snack at the end of the session. And so we want to try to provide channels for that and somebody who can help us drive that. as far as the last two go, it's really, as Reese said, the coach role is so important. Our staff is out there assisting the coaches, helping to jump into coach and leading our programs. But the coaches are so pivotal in what we're doing here. And this person, whoever's going to be that team parent or team helper, if we can get them for every team, that's the goal, to have one per team, is going to be able to help with jersey handout on opening day, right? That way the coach can start warm-ups and start bringing the kids together as each kid's getting their jersey. And then at the end of the season, Coach Appreciation Day. It's such an important day where we can highlight coaches, we can highlight the people that are making impacts in the program, and we just want help in encouraging the parents to do that. This is our way of having somebody at the field each week or in the message on the I9 Sports Portal, just sending reminders to everybody. Hey, don't forget, sign up for snack, or hey, you are signed up for snack this week, or hey, don't forget there's Coach Appreciation Day, or we're getting ice cream after the game this weekend, right? So it's not a super cumbersome role. But you will see that we are making that go live this week in the next day or so. And then I'll be sending out an email on Tuesday. And then when you all get your opening day emails on Wednesday/Thursday, there'll also be additional information on there. You'll be able to go right to the portal and register to be a parent helper right there. And then you'll have access to be able to message the team. But we're working on rolling that out. If you do have questions, as Reese said, reach out to him. And if he can't answer them, he'll relay them to me, and we'll work together to make sure everybody's educated on what's going on with the role. But this is our way of building team camaraderie, and hopefully a lot of you are on board and want to help make that happen, either officially or unofficially, right? We're always looking for parents that want to get engaged with their kids' team on a deeper level. So anything we can do to help make that happen, we want to do that. So I really appreciate anybody who is going to step up, and anybody who tries to step up every season before this, when we haven't had an official role that you could sign up for. So I'm really excited about it. But yeah, Reese, just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there.
Awesome. Perfect. And like I said earlier, we I9 Sports, we are a volunteer-led program, right? So all of our coaches, anybody in our red coaches shirt, those are volunteer coaches, right? And so we want to reach out today here, kind of give you guys some more information on that. So I don't know if anybody's considered coaching I9 Sports. There's a pretty good shot you've received some sort of communication from myself, whether it's email, phone, text, in regards to coaching, right? And I always like to kind of touch on it, how easy it is, how much fun it is to coach with us. If you're a first-time coach, if you're a returning coach, we provide you every step of the way to ensure that you are set, right? You're going to have fun. I think a lot of the coaches have even more fun than the kids do, actually. I know when I'm out there coaching, I'm having a blast. I think I have more smiles sometimes with some of the kids. It really is a fun and awesome opportunity for you to become involved with your kids' program, to really lead that team and have that connection with your child and their team, right? The resources we provide you guys, it's quite extensive. You receive weekly practice plans. We have an awesome game day app where you can get videos, different sort of certifications, things that you guys wish to do, right? I call the game day app the encyclopedia of coaching. It's got literally everything on there you could ever need. And like I said, we provide all those practice plans, all the resources, the equipment. It's really just coming in for that hour and a half time slot, and just having fun, right? You can provide your own drills, your own practice plans, but we do provide it all if you do choose to take our practice plans and our resources. And if you're going to miss a couple of weeks, I know some parents sometimes like, man, I'm going to be out for 2 of the weeks. Maybe I'm going to miss 1 week. That might deter them. I encourage you guys, that's not a problem, right? We have plenty of different sort of routes that we take to ensure that every team is covered each week. So if you're going to miss a week, miss 2 weeks, that's not a problem. You guys are still able to hop in there, still coach and volunteer. I'll make sure that a staff member, even myself, or maybe I'll even volunteer Lewis to jump out there and coach for you guys' team for that week that you guys are out there. So, please, consider coaching with us. Like I said, it's a super fun time. If you're a first-time coach, it's a great way to get started. If you're a returning coach, I'm sure you guys can attest to those resources and all that. Our staff is even out there and assisted, helping hop in there and train with you guys. So, if you're nervous, if you're not sure how to do a drill, any sort of things like that, there is always an I9 personnel that's ready to go and happy to help you guys any step of the way. So perfect. That's going to kind of wrap up some of our parent and our questions here from our
Reese,
side.
can I jump in? I jump in real quick and share my screen quick?
Yeah.
Where is this? So Reese kind of touched on this. I'm trying to. Where is this? Basically, he touched on the game day app. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew. Am I able to share that? Can you guys see that, Reese?
Yep, you're all good.
Okay, awesome. So guys, the game day app, Reese mentioned the coach element to it. New this summer, the game day app has officially become our home to help make things easier for you as the parents as well. So if you haven't already, go on to the App Store, Google app, and check it out yourself. It's the i9 Sports Game Day app. It's your way of staying in connection with us as well as the portal, right? I know for parents, sometimes it's difficult. You're at the field, you're trying to find out where you're at. And then, the parent, we're like, hey, what team are you guys on? What field are you supposed to be at? What color are you supposed to be wearing? All that information. We do have a paper copy on site, and our staff has digital information from our app. But if you use the game day app, this is your way to stay up to date on game day notifications, season info, easy communication with your team for coaches, especially, as well as the parent helper. And then also there's just some cool activities to try at home with your kids, right? This is a convenient 1 day a week program, but we want to also try to find opportunities to share some information with you guys that you can be doing with your kids. So definitely check it out. It's the i9 Sports Game Day app. You all will be able to log into it. You have your login for the portal. You've already registered for the program. So definitely check that out. It's something that i9 has really revamped. If you have any issues accessing it, if you have any issues with it, please send us an email so I can share that with our technical team. This is a brand new feature. It used to be in the past, our mobile coach or game day app was just for coaches. Now we've tried to figure out a way to make it more extensive for the parents. So that way you don't have to worry about going to the website on your phone. You can just open up the app, see exactly where your kid's supposed to be playing, get the information, see the coach's information, all that good stuff, as well as some cool things like activities to try at home and other future updates that we will be providing via the app. So definitely check that out. I just wanted to make sure to highlight that it isn't just for parent or for coaches. It is just for you guys as well. So you guys feel free to use it. So again, i9 Sports Game Day app. And if you have any issues accessing it, just reach out to Reese or I, and we'd be happy to walk you through it. Reese, I'll give you back control here so you can share the emails for everybody.
Awesome, guys. Well, like I said earlier, if you have any general questions, feel free to put them in the chat here. Lewis and I will hop on here and answer some of those. But if you have any more like personal questions in regards to registrations, things like that, you can reach out to us at these different contacts here. So if you're one of our Fairfax players or families, you can utilize the league.office307i9sports.com, or you can give us a number here, a call that goes straight to our customer service line. If you're at Loudoun County, you guys can access direct access to our league office here at leagueoffice165@i9sports.com, or give this number down here a call to access our Loudoun hotline. I am on these emails, so if you have any questions that you want to address to me directly, you can put "Hey Reese" or whatever on there. I will make sure that things get answered for you. But in regards to questions, feel free to put those in the chat. I just saw a few come in here. Brandon,
Reese, I'll answer that first one. Brandon, appreciate that already. I was told that coaches would be able to access their roster on the app. So let me go ahead and talk with our technical team on that and why you wouldn't be able to access that. But as long as you're assigned to the team and your background check's cleared, you should be able to see that. So what Reese and I will have to do is Reese is going to have to check to make sure all your protocol is good, but you should be, you just said you can access on the website. So it sounds like you should be good. So I will go ahead and send an email to our lead tech support over there at the office and figure out what's going on.
Thank you.
Just to schedule and chat. Okay, well, we'll update that verbiage for future for the coaches call tomorrow to let everybody know that it's just a schedule and team chat. So appreciate that, Kim. And I'll talk to, like I said, our technical team and see why people aren't able to see more than just that.
Awesome. Well, perfect. I appreciate everybody being on here tonight. Like I said, feel free to send more questions in there, but we are absolutely stoked for this weekend. We hope you guys are just as excited. We can't wait to have the kids out there playing the sports, being involved. We're just having a fun blast and a great time out there. So, like I said, if you guys have any additional questions in regards to maybe like a registration or anything like that, feel free to reach out by those channels and those means. I'd be, more than happy to get on there as quick as I can and resolve any issues or answer any additional questions. But that's going to kind of wrap up our Q&A here. Like I said, I'll be on here for a little bit. But again, thank you guys all so much for being here. And just really looking forward to the start of that season.